Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three most played Steam games in my library, starting with the, oh my God, how many days did I play this game? Jared!
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in with you, and my most played game on Steam. I don't think it's my. I don't think it's my
League
most.
of Legends.
It would be either League of Legends or it would be Dota, the
Steam.
original Dota. But since it is on Steam, it is PUBG.
Wow.
And I have 45 and a half days in it.
You're making me feel real bad about my hours.
How many? What is that in hours?
1094.3.
Okay.
A lot. Dan?
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Dan. I play Minnis PebbleWalker, your tiny little Swarmkeeper Ranger, and I am the Rocket League game in your Steam library. Put on the Monster Cats music. That's right. Electronic to the max, even though I personally muted it in the home screen.
Wow.
I have played 2,638 hours, also known as about 16 weeks and 110 days.
Damn, fucking
Are you
nerd.
still only plat 4?
Damn, Daniel.
I told him everything I know. I told him how to musty flip,
Musty flip.
etc.
It's musty flick. Thank you very much. I guess you could do a musty flip as well. It's not as cool though.
2,000 hours, though. That's
Over. That's not including
That's
like my
crazy.
PlayStation days because I used to play this on PlayStation. Yep. How
Damn.
about you, Alec? What are you addicted to?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My name
Have a
is
guess.
Alec. I play Drell of the Ashborn. Yeah. If you guys know me, you guys already know what it is. And the most played Steam game I have is easily Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Coming in on Steam because again I've also played this on Xbox. On Steam I have 2,200 hours.
Hey.
2,208
2,000
hours.
club.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So that is 92 days that I've contributed of my life to playing that game.
And it made us smarter.
It
You know?
has definitely made me smarter. Yeah, for sure.
Angles.
I know how to jiggle peek
math.
and do a bunch of other stuff.
Jiggle peek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should see my ceiling shots. Woo.
Yeah.
The girls see that? Oh boy.
Damn, Daniel. What about you, Tony?
I'm sitting in the same boat as Jared. PUBG with
Wow.
not as much as him though. Half that.
You gotta do
400
your second one since he already said PUBG. What's your second most played?
482 hours. My second game is Slay the Spire with
Yes!
253 hours.
That's my second game as well.
Which I'm really surprised about. I thought I would have like more hours, but I
many
think
you
most
have?
of the games I play on Steam for what?
Slay.
253 hours.
Oh wow.
On Slay
Yeah, I
the
have
Spire.
452 for Slay the Spire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized League of Legends, there's a website you can look it up. And mine time on there is
8,000.
just under 300 days. But that's still not my most. I've just remembered my time on World of Warcraft was on one character I have a year.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, dude. World of Warcraft is different.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, we were gonna do Blizzard, guys. Come on,
Yeah,
Jesus, that was gonna be a whole nother intro, and you guys are ruining it.
Zero.
Sorry.
All right, Tony, how about you give us that rundown?
All right, yeah, you know the deal. Before we do the recap, we're gonna do the rundown, and today's rundown is brought to you by me. And what I'm running down is that sweet, sweet Patreon. You know, you like Patreon? We like giving out bonus content, and we have some bonus content to give out to you. Now, listen, there's a lot. $1 can take you far in life, and ultimately, $1 can take us far in life. By supporting us through Patreon, we are able to do more with our campaign. However, you don't have $1, that's completely fine because there's a ton of free content for free members on our Patreon as well. That's right. I like to put some stuff out there like maps, like monster stat blocks, some funny polls, some things for everyone to enjoy. So if you don't have $1, you got some time, go ahead and check out the Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. And go ahead and check out our tiers. And I guarantee you we have the most innovative reward system out of any Dungeons and Dragons podcast, just go ahead and check it out. We have a whole point system with rewards that you can redeem. And if you are stacking on those points, here's your reminder to use them.
Please use them.
Please use them.
I don't want to make an OnlyFans account.
We'll stuff that reward under the rug. We'll stuff that reward.
I mean, nothing.
Everybody start getting in shape. Listen,
A lot of
we're
those
making
polls, by the way, affect the story. So if you vote on the polls, they often
It's true.
make like deciding choices in the campaign.
Yeah, what was
often
the
ask
monster
cryptic
that you picked,
polls.
Tony? There's one that you picked a monster off what the poll was, yeah?
Yeah.
There was a few of those.
It was one of the best ones ever, the Nolipede.
That's what it was,
No,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
one of them, yes.
Yeah.
The
And not only
Nolipede,
that-
Ulivar.
Last episode, we had one of our Patreons in the game as a NPC.
One of our supporters. You can be
Yes.
in the game as an NPC.
You know what? That's a great reminder. Anyone who signs up today as a Bloodshard Bandit or higher gets their own NPC for Campaign 2. We have closed off for Campaign 1. We are now, I had recently made an announcement on Patreon that I am going to start inquiring about NPCs for Campaign 2, where your NPC is not only featured in the game, but actually contributes to the story and its progression in some way. And if you don't believe me, just listen to this entire campaign when we have Patreon NPCs in there, and they have all contributed to the story by pushing our heroes forward in some way. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and do the recap, where I have a giant foam D4 Heffy by my bunnies, where I'm number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared.
I think it's Dan's turn to figure it out.
If you do a bounce shot into the hoop.
I don't think that's possible. Not enough bounce.
Just give me a good old
bounce
360
shot?
dunk.
What's that?
360 dunk. Simple. Epic. Epic.
I almost
Is
broke
it-
my knee, but it's okay.
For the cause.
don't
I cannot see
any
who this is.
shoes.
Pax.
No.
It's PAX.
Gerard.
Last time on DND404, Drell was pulled into Shadowfell, where he was faced with Adoram in his Felemental form. Grabbing through Hellfire, Drell delivered the final blow, ensuring that Adoram was destroyed for good. Meanwhile, Armos and Minnis clashed with Julius Kendrick in Hangar 18. Julius unleashed devastating magic, but Armos trapped him inside with Arcane Lock and unleashed Hell. In the end, it was Reginald who delivered the final blow, reducing Julius to ash. When the battle was over, a horrifying truth revealed. The Felementals are people, their souls stolen, and their bodies discarded. But in Shadowfell, Drell found an unexpected ally, the Dread. Now with the Fel Ogburn in hand, the way to Viral's Tower is open. The Red City still burns, and the Bloodshard Bandits are ready to return the favor. They say fire can consume everything in its path, but what happens when that fire is fueled by vengeance? Bard, play that intro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 131. We pick up in Julius Kendrick's office space.
Stars now, Julius.
In the midst of Hangar 18. The 3 of you had just gotten to a fight with Julius Kendrick and Adoram. The 3 of you are victorious, but barely hanging on and in much need of a long rest. With the return of the Dread, it's a sick song title right there. With the return of the Dread, the 3 of you are able to make time to get a long rest as Armos Arcane locked the giant stone door, but being able to protect you for this period of time. The 3 of you are now level 18. And for those who may not be aware, what did everybody take a level in?
Ranger.
I took mine in Fighter.
Surprise, surprise, it's Warlock.
Drell, what level fighter are you?
I am now level 15 on my Fighter. Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
And level 3 barbarian. And then Minnis, you're a level 15 ranger and a level 3 cleric.
Correct. Level 2? No, yeah, level 3 cleric. Look at that.
Yep. And then Armos is all natty warlock.
Oh,
all
natural.
natty.
You know, it's my first character. I'm getting him to 20, and he's gonna be a 20 warlock, and I'm gonna see what it's like.
If you guys get to 20.
We decided at the beginning of the campaign.
If.
Can't renege it now.
Whoa. You have to survive it.
Don't say that.
Oh. Wait, we have to work for this?
Huh?
Oh, you thought this fight was hard? So the three of you are in Julius Kendrick's office in Hangar 18. Finally getting a moment of respite. You have fought your way from the Shadow Smuggler hideaway, sneaking, dodging, evading living towers, fighting armies of elemental soldiers, demons, cultists, ethereal knights, Drell, and powerful evil magic users such as Julius. It's been a nonstop uphill battle. The three of you finally have that moment to rest again. What is going through your minds? What are you thinking about as you are taking this rest?
I feel like Minnis is probably tossing and turning, having some bad dreams as he's taking this rest.
What would Minnis be dreaming about?
He's probably worried he's going to let down his clan and he's not going to be able to make it back to them and keep them safe. And he's having probably strange dreams about whoever this pharaoh figure is that's stuck in the blood realm that could or could not be his dad.
You begin to toss and turn. As you were falling asleep in that chair, there is no beds in here. It's a pretty tiny office, all in all. It looks like it's just a desk. You have noticed that anything that's living, barely living within these spaces, look like they don't even rest. It looks like the chairs are purely for function rather than for comfort. You guys are, slouched up against slab stone walls. And Drell, what's going through your mind?
Well, Drell is definitely hurt. So he's kind of just like taking care of his wounds, kind of just trying to patch himself up, like inspecting like his armor and, his weapons. He's realizing, as I mentioned last time, he's really low on meds. So I think he's kind of realizing that, and it's kind of, I guess it's like kind of hitting him, like the seriousness of the situation they're in. But I think he's still confident in the fact that he knows that he still has, Armos and he still has Minnis. I don't know. I think he's kind of just contemplating about the whole thing and, the journey that they've all done so far. So yeah, he's kind of just got his attitude focused on like what's next. And I think he's ready for the challenge.
Well, you almost.
As he's like resting, he's finally coming down from his adrenaline crash that he's been having for the past however many hours. And after his rage is subsiding, he feels cold, like when you're freezing and you're kind of rubbing yourself, but you're it's blistering hot outside. So he's kind of coming down from all that and reflecting on the ashes that are on the ground that were Julius Kendrick, and also the gem that is potentially Layla.
You have withdrawals, Armos?
Withdrawals? No. Not withdrawals. No, I'm good. I don't need it.
You see it like as you flip through your tome, going through your spells as you're like working them, through your level up. Reginald he's on your shoulder and he's like having light conversation with you. He does bring up Layla's Bloodshard. He goes, so if we're able to get it back, what do you plan on doing with it?
I will do everything I can to bring her back. I mean, look how far I've gone just off revenge, knowing that I have there's some hope out there. Whew, this whole place better look out.
He's gonna use that as a bargaining chip.
Yeah, and I start flipping through my book even faster, trying to figure out a plan.
So as Reginald looks at you and can kind of see like the nervous like thought process. Minnis is passed out. Drell's passed out. So, I'm with you, like ride or die at this point. I think I've shown that to you, right?
Yeah.
Me and you, we're like, and he like hits his arm against his chest and you're the side of your head, trying to get like buddy with you.
Yep. For better or worse. For better or worse.
Let's just say, for instance, he uses that. to like try to stop the fight. You had to make a choice. He gestures to Minnis and Drell. It's like, is it them or Layla?
It's gonna be me before them, then Layla, saying that there's no way that he would let Minnis or Drell anything happen to them before himself.
Because we can make that. We don't know if we're gonna be able to have our hands and eat them too. We've come this far with a goal, and I just want to make sure that we're keeping our agreement. And I don't want this new variable
What?
to change things.
What agreement are you referring to? What do you want? You just want hands, right? Look around. You have all the hands you can eat.
I want to be free, Armos. I want to be free of this.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I want to be free from his control. I want this to end.
Well, on that, we're definitely on the same page.
But I don't think that involves Layla's soul to be free. Free in the ways that we're thinking, or you're thinking.
He gets defensive, and he kind of throws Reginald against the thing. I am going to get Layla back. There's no question about it. So that is happening.
And that's where you see that, like, as you have impressed, like, that's where my concerns are. Is that I think that your revenge is going to blindside you, and it's going to take over, and you are going to risk everything for Layla. And I'm not saying Layla's not important, but there is a greater good here. We can't get to the end goal without you. Just want to make that clear.
He releases Reginald and kind of sits down and is just thinking about everything and is like basically thinking there's no way I'm not getting everything he wants. So it's just...
I don't want to discourage you, Armos. The deal we made back when and the situation now were different. I just wanted to go back to normal because I had messed up and I was trying to fix it. Little did I know that it wasn't a mistake and it was the right path. I haven't seen anyone being able to come back from a Bloodshard. They can pass on, but I don't think they can be brought back. And I want you to understand that Layla can be freed, but there's a chance that she could be sent to essentially damnation. And is the life of your hellhound worth the lives of millions?
Armos gets real snappy when he keeps pressing the button that is Layla on him, and he's like, gets back at him and says, and what about you? How do we know that if he doesn't offer you 8 wings that you're gonna be able to hold your side of the bargain?
I made my choice when I freed Horatio. I just didn't know it was going to affect somebody I would become close with as well. And he points to Minnis, and he points to Drell.
Armos is frustrated.
This is it. We're going to the tower. It could be hours or days before we're able to talk again, and I don't want this to dwell, but I don't want you to. I don't want you to make all these decisions in a snappy moment. I want you to understand the situation that we're in, no matter how hard the decision may be.
Kind of hesitates for a second and is just like, don't worry, I've been locked in. The moment I lost her, and there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting my revenge and getting my dog. And he kind of repeating what he said.
I trust you. And you see that he just lets you go back to fumbling within your book and plotting your next course of action. He leaves you to scheme as he just watches, unwavering.
I'm scheming.
There is, after that conversation, Armos, and as Drell and Minnis, as the two of you try to rest, it's very uncomfortable. You're waking up as you sleep, but for the most part, you are considered out. You did not hear any of that conversation between Armos and Reginald. It's just uncomfortable. And with that, it's also an uncomfortable silence within the room. The only sound that's really heard is the dread's elemental flames burning ever so slightly within his armor quietly. Beyond that, through the walls, everything is kind of muffled. You hear the occasional sound of clinking and banging from the hanging suits of empty armor outside in the hangar. And if you really try to focus and close your eyes, you can even hear the sounds of dissonant war that's taking place within the Red City. You do hear faint screams of demons, even fainter clashing of blades. This place, although wide and echoey, is a pretty good sound barrier from the outside. It is relaxing because it's the first time with what seems like days, when it's been hours, that you're not hearing constant warfare and the sounds of death in the distance. So even though you have a rocky sleep, it's still somewhat peaceful in that fact that you get to take a break from the chaos that's outside.
Oh, needed that. Oh, not the best, but not the worst. Everybody up?
Yeah.
I kind of slump off the chair onto the ground. Oh, okay. I crack all my bones and I get up. Walk over to the guys.
Pebbles crack, fall into place.
Well, when I walk over to you guys, you notice there are almost double the amount of SIDS you normally see popping up in the room, sleeping on shelves on the desk.
All right.
And
At what point are we gonna finally address this? Like
what? Just what?
Where did all these SIDS come from?
Is there an elephant in the room?
I look over, there's an elephant SID. No, I'm just kidding.
There is a full green SID, painted green SID next to the Dread.
It's got fiery green eyes.
Yes.
This was not here just a second ago.
Oh, well, Sid Sr.'s been doing a really good job on the recruitment side of things, so yeah, quite the militia now, huh?
Yeah. How exactly does the recruitment process work for this?
I don't know. Sid Sr., where you at? How's it work?
Takes out a list.
You went that far? Oh, my goodness. No wonder I didn't see you for like 2 weeks. Well, there you have it, guys.
It's just a map with a bunch of pins in it with red string.
Pretty cool. I could basically hide him. Sids assemble! It's just a big tumbling mound of Sids, and you can't really quite find me for a little bit. Then I pop up on a different side of the room. I'm over here.
Hey guys, by the way, before we get started, what spells should we put back in this ring?
Oh, did you use some?
Yeah, I used 2 of them.
10 minutes later.
I have Bless, Hex, Protection of Good and Evil, and Absorb Elements.
And here's the disguise self. I think Armos already kind of looks like he belongs here, so you and I can kind of change ourselves to look like, not the charred version of Julius, but somewhat like Julius.
Drell already looks like Armos. You said what?
So as you fill up your ring of spell storage, you hear some noise outside the door. You hear footsteps. It sounds like a shuffling as it looks around, and you hear some mumbling words. There's old suits, it's old armor. Where are the people?
I unlock the door and peek out.
As you peek out and open the door, you see in the middle of the hallway is Duncan, looking around as he's shuffling between all the suits of armor and sees them hanging there very empty. He sees that he stumbles upon the Revengers, the empty suits of Revenger armor, and the empty siege engines that are docked away. Where are the people? Where are the prisoners? Where are they keeping them?
Duncan, shut up. Get over here.
He looks over and he sees that the door's open, and he notices, he goes, oh, thank the gods. And he runs over and he runs into the room.
All right, Dread, time to wake up and knock on his helmet 3 times.
He has been staring at you the whole time.
Oh, already awake. Cool.
All right. Before anyone says anything, I have to give a speech about what is about to happen.
So Duncan is immediately alerted to the dread, and he's getting ready to attack. He goes, lad, what are you doing? It's one of them.
Wait.
One of the
Hold
Dex.
on.
Hold up.
He cocks fist back.
No, this one's good. This one's good. I promise.
What do you mean it's good?
Look at us. And I high five the Dread. We're cool. We're chill like that.
How's that even possible?
I don't know. Drell did something in the Shadowfell. Yeah, you do this, right?
Oh, yeah. He was in a jar in Shadowfell. I let him go. He helped me get back over here.
You're saying a lot of words I don't understand right now, lad.
Shadowfell. Drell, steps into the shadow and then steps back out of it.
You saying it slower doesn't explain what it is.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Do you know... Do you know what... You never heard of Shadowfell? Just confirming, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, good thing I got 10 minutes to explain it to you.
All right, Duncan, come here.
I'll
And I
catch
grab
him
his
up.
arm.
And I take an extra minute to do foresight on myself. Everyone gets 23 temporary hit
HP.
points. Duncan and the Dread as well.
You see a suit of armor?
Aye. He follows you out to the hall.
Touch it, and I touch it.
Nothing happens.
Wait, this worked last time. Do I have to get in like I was
These
trying to do
guys,
with
right?
Julius?
Tell me about it. I look at the dread. Trying to do what we're doing.
Oh, you have the flail, right?
Yeah.
It's reacting to the fell Ogburn,
What is?
the suit of armor. You see that the glyph begins to glow as the fell Ogburn is brought near it. That's what causes it to activate.
All right, hold on to me. Just
okay.
like my shoulder, I guess. And I touch the magical rune or whatever it is.
You two are teleported to Shadowfell. What in the nine hells is this? Why is everything green?
Well, it's a lot scarier than Drell made it seem.
There are vials and vials of flames. It is very hot and cold at the same time. There is a blown up black suit of armor and very eerily cold and warm. You see all these fiery elementals in jars. He goes, what is that? What is this?
Different plane of existence.
Okay. And he begins to look around, and he's looking at the jars, and he sees that all the flames, he sees all the fires. He goes, these look like fire elementals, but
Yes.
is this what's powering these tin hats?
Oh, yes, there are elementals inside those suits of armor.
What about the people?
Yeah, about that. I could be wrong, but Julius said something that made me pretty concerned when we were fighting him.
What do you say?
He's kind of making it seem like that the prisoners they take are turned into these elementals and used to power these weapons.
You see, he looks at you and his face drops. And he looks around and he sees all the bouncing flames and the endless, what seems like endless aisles of jars of trapped elementals in these modified iron flasks. And he's like looking at him. He goes, oh, Bushwick.
What was that kid's name? That kid's name was Bushwick?
Hey,
Or was that your friend?
Bushwick was Barry's son.
Yes. Hold on, actually. I'm gonna go get the other guys, and I teleport back without Duncan.
You leave him in Shadowfell.
Yeah. Hey guys, come over here. Let's get in Shadowfell real quick.
Oh,
Wait, you left him? You left him there?
Oh, yeah, we should probably hurry back, huh?
I mean, you know, time's different here.
Oh shit. Yeah, guys, go. I run back.
It's been an hour. Where have you been?
Sorry, I forgot about the time thing. It's time. Yeah, time moves a bit faster in here. Or slower?
No. Yeah, it moves slower, so it would have been like
Slower.
1 second ago. It would have been like almost instant, right? Because it moves slower on the material plane,
No, I think it moves faster, right? Because it was like...
right?
You don't know how it is. Time is perceived differently to all creatures.
But when we were-
right, depending on what's happening to them in Shadowfell. This is a phenomenon that has not been explained to you.
But just judging from when we came back the last time.
It is a phenomenon that has not been explained to you. There was a series of events that happened to cause that time skip.
All right, so Duncan. I'm not sure if they still have prisoners held somewhere, but the Dread and Drell made it seem like if the person's will is strong enough, maybe they could stay conscious within their elemental form. Maybe you could try calling out to Bushwick.
You think he's here, trapped in one of these jars? You think they would take children and manipulate them like that?
I mean, I've seen them do worse. Here. Well, we'll give you some time while we maybe explore some other rooms here. That sound good, guys?
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, we can go over here. Why are we going over here? What's it matter?
Oh, well, he can go look for Bushwick, and we can just go up these stairs.
Those stairs just lead to rafters above you, which is like just a catwalk.
I hang my feet off of him.
Yeah.
We let Duncan kind of call for Bushwick.
You see Duncan goes and he begins to call out and look through the endless aisles of jars. You see that he gets more and more worried and he seems lost in his mission. And as the three of you watch, Dread turns to you and he gives you a signal. He puts like his hands on his metal breastplate and he points to the suit of armor the way you got here through the teleporter, let's call it. And he gestures that he'll stay with Duncan and points to the three of you to go.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, guys. I was thinking maybe we could at least go outside and see what the outside is like in the fell.
Oh.
Maybe it'll help us get through the northern area if we go through the fell. What do you think?
I mean, what's it hurt to peek outside?
That's what I'm saying.
I get up from swinging my feet, put Reginald on my shoulder, and start walking towards the door.
All right, Duncan. The Dread will help you get out, okay? He can get you out of here when you need. Take your time and look through all these jars and let us know if you find anything, okay? But be careful. I'm not sure if there are enemies here.
Highlight, well, if they're using this place to store their prisoners, then I can only imagine what all the horrors lie within this land.
All right. Best of luck. And I give him a handshake.
Gives you a handshake back. Best of luck on your journey.
And Dread, I didn't know you very well, but I am glad you made it back.
You see the Dread flames erupt a bit, and he nods towards you.
Okay. All right, guys. We want to go out the east side? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, actually.
Like, what's this big door?
East, yeah. Well, I think we need to go out the north side, right?
Oh, I guess so.
The three of you leave through the northwestern door. The immediate difference you notice when coming into Shadowfell, alongside of all these jars where the suits of armor were, was the pristine white marble floor. This place looks significantly cleaner than the hangar you were in. The hangar you were in was dingy, was all metal and rusted over. This looks like this building was repurposed to mirror its functionality in the material plane. However, this building looks like it may have been used for something else with its floor design and wall decor. It looks much fancier.
This used to be a nice mess hall where people used to drink and eat, make merry.
You leave through the northwestern door. So for those listening, there are 5 exits out of this hangar. It looks like each of them are used for infantry, for small and large, and it had a large garage hatch to let out these siege engines. You leave through the northwestern door, and you are met with a beautiful, golden, pristine, cleaned city. Not a single marking of dirt, soot, nothing. It is made of complete white and gold marble. It is beautiful looking. It is bright. It does not resemble what the towns you have seen in Shadowfell at all. The roadways are clear. You do not see any disturbance within the pathways, within the gardens. The water fountains are empty. They are not flowing, but they are in great, immaculate condition. However, there is not a soul around. You're looking around and it feels like you're in daytime. You know that you're in Shadowfell, but it feels like in daytime. The lanterns are burning accordingly. They are all burning green, but you are not encompassed by shadow here. And matter of fact, there is a beam of light over the castle in the northwest corner of the city, but it is completely clean. Where Viral's tower would be in the north, it's an empty space. As you can see over the peninsula, you recognize this beam of light for a moment. The last time you saw this beam of light in the distance was the last time you were in Shadowfell, when you were fighting Calum, when you were at his keep, when you were when you were on his perch. You had noticed a beam of bright light within Shadowfell. The city looks like it's encompassed in daylight, almost like a barrier within itself. You then see that once again ominous moon that takes up most of the sky, that is lurking over you. Red City as you know it, the walls are decrepit, the buildings are destroyed, the pathways are completely broken away, chipped away, and the place looks like it's been under war for hundreds of years. Make me an intelligence check.
All of us? Nice.
Armos, make an intelligence check.
9.
5.
19.
Armos, you look around. You have an extensive knowledge of Shadowfell, more so than the other two. Their knowledge of Shadowfell is what they've experienced. But someone like you, someone who has danced with the dark arts, almost as if someone would take a daily walk in the park, you understand what you're seeing here. You don't think that people were taken and flopped. You don't think that people were switched from Shadowfell to the material plane. You think the city itself was swapped from Shadowfell to the material plane.
Wait. Oh. Okay.
It's like they made a whole new city in Shadowfell.
This is the city.
What?
As I'm like looking around. Do we see like obviously there's green flames and stuff like that, but like there's obviously no people or anything like that.
It is empty.
Yeah.
Where's the beam of light again?
Over the city. It's like it feels like daytime around the city, like almost like a bubble. And the city itself, like if you look straight up, the beam would be like highlighting over the castle. But you feel like it's like all around you.
Since we are on hold on, let me check my screenshots. Since we're on a mesa
Plateau.
Can we see outside of the beam of light to...
Looking outside the beam of light, you are still you are surrounded by mountains, but the mountains don't look as dark as decrepit as they were when you were in Red City. Instead, you see like the normal mountains, and as if you would look out into the ocean, it's just fog. There's like no water around you. It's just like dense fog outside that bubble of light that encompasses the city. And where Viral's Towers was empty. It actually looks like a park.
All right. Well, at the very least, we should go to the foot of the hill leading up to his tower.
Yeah.
We do have our own lantern, so we can get back out if we can't find a suit of armor over there.
Just one thing we got to keep in mind is how much time we're spending in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's make it quick. Let's take a good jog. All right. Yeah, we're gonna walk our way to City Square and to the foot of that hill leading to Viral's Tower.
Yes. So I'm actually glad you three have decided to do this. Shadowfell was always a path that you could have taken around obstacles, and you decided to use it now.
Oh yeah.
It's very smart. It's very, very intuitive. And for that ingenuity, I will award each of you an inspirational die.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
I used mine last session, so it's good to have it back.
Well, now that you mentioned that, let's go check out that old arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
There's no time.
There's no time, Armos. As Reginald like pulls your horns. You begin to walk through this silent city made of gold and white marble. It looks untouched, unscathed. You see the beauty within the city. Armos, you know that this was once the capital of Aramor. Before Aramor City, it was the city of Stratham.
We're jogging too.
And as you jog through, you see beautiful empty shops. You see homes untouched. The town square is immaculate, beautiful. You can only imagine the large parties, the town square, and the pop-up shops that used to be marketed here. And as you jog and you look around, you begin to wonder the power that Viral could have to take a whole city from a realm and swap it. Maybe that's how all the demons got there to begin with. Was it Viral? Was it a Christo? Strange. Why would they need to swap the cities to begin with? How long have these plans been rooted and schemed before they took action? Seems like something like this wouldn't happen overnight. These questions begin to daunt on you. And as you approach the garden where Viral's Tower would be, you take a deep breath and you get those lungs full of fresh air as you walk down what was supposed to be a bloody path, but this beautiful marble path instead to this wonderful park, and you see the archway that would lead into the park. You stop and you know that this would be the front door to Viral's Tower.
Ooh, okay. Does it look like there's anything that can get us back into Shadowfell over here, or will we have to use some of our lantern oil?
The lantern is your only way to get back and forth.
The new lantern or our old lantern?
Your old lantern. Oh, the new lantern has the same ability as well.
Yeah, okay.
But this one, the new one is a modified version that is essentially a key. Yeah.
All right, well, everybody, here's a quick pass without trace, all right? So, get in there as quiet as possible. Maybe get the jump on Viral, though I doubt it.
Wait, what if we just walk into the tower and then go to the main room? It's usually where the bad guy is, right?
So once again, Viral's Tower is not in Shadowfell. It's
I
in
know.
Park.
I'm just...
Same when we get out of Shadowfell.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many rooms are going to be in this tower, Armos. I hope it's that easy. It's just a little, just in case measure. You know what I mean?
All right.
Oh, Armos. Real quick, Armos. You want to give Drell some health potions?
Yeah, you guys. Well, I mean, if
You're gonna shake me down before we go back in there for some health potions. All right, look. Let me dig in there real quick. All right, here's a superior healing. Here's a superior healing.
no, just give me one superior. That's fine. I'll be okay.
Minnis, here's a superior healing.
Oh, thank you.
So, Drell, you should have 2. I'll have 1, and then Minnis has 1.
Oh, what are those sparkly
And
blue
4
ones
total.
you?
How many are you giving me?
2.
Oh, okay, so I have 3 then. Yeah, this is more than enough. I'll be okay. Preach though.
Wait, Armos, what are those sparkly blue potions you got from the trunk?
You know what? Since I need you on your toes today, okay, you can have one, but
Oh.
only use it
What's it do?
when you're feeling a little drained of your
I
abilities.
shake it next to my ear.
I should probably take one of those too.
No.
Stupid.
Sorry, hang on. Let me use my. I wave my hand to see if he's magically adept.
Oh, is this one of those spells potions? Gives me some of my mana back? Is that what it's called?
You know what? Yep.
The juice.
The juice.
The juice is loose. All right, Drell pulls out his axe and tightens the straps on his armor, and he's ready. It's like, this one keeps coming loose. I don't know why. Tighten it more than the others.
All right. I'm ready, so Minnis gets the Fellogburn ready and lights it up so we go back to the other side.
You see that as the city, pristine white and gold, quickly turns to decay, mountains become crooked and jagged. You hear the sounds of thrashing ocean water. You hear the clashing of blades, the roaring of demons, the screeching of monstrosities, and you are immediately greeted with a huge living tower just on the left side of you, next to the archway of Viral's tower. You look straight up at this massive gargantuan tentacle erupting from the ground that looks like it goes deep below. And then you look north as the tower waves seemingly unbothered as your fell Ogburn glows bright red and orange, acting as a key through this valley of dried blood and death. You look ahead and you see this long, menacing tower. The
Is it long or is it tall?
tall and long tower. You see
Really
that
low.
the body of the tower looks thin, where it leads up to more of a platform at its peak.
Okay. I guess we'll try and be kind of quiet for now and see what happens as Minnis creeps up to the entrance.
You walk up to the front door and you see these large, dark steel doors. And as the fell Ogburn,
Before we walk up, it should be known that Drell and I have cast a disguised self, so we look like...
I look like a cultist.
Yeah, we look like a Julius Kendrick cultists.
Do I change my height as well?
You can change it a little bit. I
Cool.
think you can change it within like 2 feet,
Nice.
maybe a little less.
the three of you approach these huge, dark steel doors. And as the fell Ogburn burns, you see that it slowly creaks open, allowing you to enter due to the lantern itself. And as you walk in, you see that there's this room that is just, it looks like a divot into the ground, a circular divot. And it's just a column, there's a shaft that goes all the way up. You look up and you see that it seemingly goes on for miles. It doesn't go into the darkness. You feel like you're staring into an empty space where it seems like you're staring into the void rather than a dark room. And you hear the slow grinding of stone and metal as you hear something come down slowly. As it becomes louder and louder, you see that a black metal and stone platform sets into the divot, almost like an elevator platform.
That's not ominous at all. Armos, you want to get on and test it out? Make sure it's safe?
Yeah.
I guess the question is that for us, or does it just happen to be a coincidence?
Yeah, I don't
It's
like
probably
this.
on a timer. There's no way.
Yeah,
they would know
right? It's
not
automated,
here.
of course.
Maybe they have like motion ghosts in here. I hear those are coming together pretty.
Oh,
Here we
yes. Motion detecting arcane eyes, of course.
Armos goes into the room first. Drell, there's no movement, no signs of movement, no indicators of any kind.
It's definitely waiting for me. All right. No going back. And I hop on.
As you step onto the platform, you see that the fell Ogburn burns again. It erupts. The flame erupts within the lantern. You see that the elevator platform begins to slowly rise as the grinding of stone and metal grind against the dark steel walls as you slowly ascend the tower, and it rises up. You begin to look around you, and there's no light in the room. What was once wall, like a column walls around you, like a cylindrical wall, its darkness begins to fade, and you feel like rather than a dark room, it now feels like you're in a vast open space, and you're just on this platform, literally floating through space itself. It feels ethereal in its own way as you ascend through the tower. And you look out, and you feel like you can look out for miles, and then a flash comes over your eyes, and you see out into Red City. You see the chaos before you. You see demons all the way up to the main gate. You're able to see the entire Red City as you elevate to the peak of the tower. You see an army of demons, an army of elementals protecting the town square. You see the damaged, destroyed castle in the distance. You see the infected living ward. You see the destroyed bridge from Duncan's explosions. You see chaos and carnage until you cannot see further beyond the mountains. The water is thrashing up against the crooked mountains as if it is being affected from cosmic circumstance. The city itself is being illuminated by this red light, but then you see those dark red thunderous clouds stretching over the lands of Brea. You see that where the old arena was from the screeching demon is this massive demon bound by magical chains that is larger than anything you have seen before. It is just a giant mouth trying to desperately get itself free from the old arena that is acting as its cage. It is larger than the size of gargantuan. This looks like an ancient demon of some kind. And you see that Reginald is staring at it. And he goes, "That's what I aspired to be." It's a demon beyond any recognition. It is screeching, it is howling. It looks like it cannot even be controlled by its own masters, and being kept here as a prisoner as a last resort. Then you ascend, and as the outside world turns to blackness, your vision is shunted for just a moment. Eerie redness illuminates around you as the fell Ogburn extinguishes itself, reignites. You find yourself at the top of Viral's tower. What you thought was on the outside was a roof is actually a dome overlooking the entire city. You find yourself on a dirty, blood-clotted, rusted-over platform of what looks like a chaotic wizard's lair, a chaotic wizard's tower. There is immediately in front of you an altar with blood shards pouring out of it, blood ore veins. There is a pile of destroyed books that stack high. There are 4 of these living towers. They are much smaller in size, but its tentacle appendage guard the tower around these demonic statues. The closer you look at the statues, you see that they are faintly moving, but they are somehow frozen in place. Behind you is a staircase that has 2 walkways up that leads to a perch that gives a perfect vantage point over the whole city. You see that the walls themselves in this dark cathedral-like pattern illuminate this soft red glow. The presence of evil is permeating through every crack and orifice within this tower. It is seeping onto the floor, walls, and in the air. You feel like you cannot even take a full breath by the stench of rot and decay that is filling this room. You see at the altar the back of Viral, and on his shoulder, a frog toad-like demon with 2 wings. You hear the laughter as he slowly turns around as Viral shows his face once again with his sunken eyes and his bloodshot iris and his long white bald patterned hair as it stretches down to his knees. You see that his hood is down and he goes, "Look who made it."
Well, we don't need this, and I drop past without trace. That was a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, if it wasn't for the queen and her overzealous actions, I would have dealt with you sooner, but I am happy. As he begins to walk off this massive podium where you see this blood-soaked altar. Now, this altar looks like a giant demonic Baloon demon skull. It also has a statue of a perfect human, almost like angel, but with like angel-like presence, but with no wings. It looks like a perfectly chiseled, long-haired person, and it's like presenting itself as a holy figure. And at the feet of this holy statue, adorned with like chaotic symbols all around it, are 2 massive blood or veins that give this whole glow around its base and illuminating its demonic skull's eye sockets bright red. And you see that he walks across from his podium to this artifact that is standing like a globe, like a freestanding globe. It looks multicolored, but with a vast majority of color of green that swirls, and it, just by looking at it, it feels on fire. Just by looking at it, you feel like you can ignite in flames. And you see that he puts his palm on it and he taps 1 finger at a time. He goes, "If I didn't have to tend the blood-pointed madness, you would have been dead! You would have been mine. You would have been perched on this wall overlooking the city, forever awake, wishing for death, wishing that you didn't exist.
Doubt it.
But I will have my revenge. I will be satiated. But you," and he points to you, Minnis,
What?
"you I will serve to him on a platter to fuel his power for years to come."
Hey, listen, I know cows are delicious, but I ain't no cow. This bull ain't getting taken easily.
Let's see what we have to say about that as we mount you to the acrylic shard itself, as your life force is seeped away for years and years and years. And you see that Ritzkulak is like, blood is dripping from its toad-like mouth, and Viral spiraling in his own twisted words. What are the 3 of you doing?
I kind of peek around and look at Armos. What are we doing, Armos?
You see Reginald is staring at Ritzkulak. Reginald is like seething on his own, and Ritzkulak looks over and he goes, "You know, Nelfash, I've always wondered how you would taste. I don't think you would taste as good as you once did with your wings, but now that they are removed, I think you would still make a pleasant snack. And your power would go to something much more useful. Maybe, I don't know, a cantrip." And you see that Ritzkulak laughs to himself.
Armos is just seething with just the sight of the 2 of them, let alone Ritzkulak there, and is just getting more and more amped up by the moment, the more that this madman is talking.
I'll follow your lead, Armos.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to test what's kind of going on here. I'm gonna cast Magic Hand and kind of push against Minnis as like, hold on, you know what I mean? You know, wait for kind of my cue type of situation, just to see if the room or if they react. So I'm kind of looking back and kind of putting my hand back, but since he's kind of a little further away from me, kind of
A nod.
also to test if the room reacts to me casting anything.
You cast Mage Hand to hold him back, but sure enough, Mage Hand goes off. You see that Vero is maniacally laughing, and then he looks at Ritzkulak. He goes, "Oh, right. Now I know what he's here for. Oh, it's so simple. I know. It's just my mind escapes me." Reaches in, holds out a pouch. His pooch. The soul of his pooch. He like goes to teeth it. I could just crush it. But I'll save it for later. When you're mounted on my wall, you have nowhere to go, and I slowly drain her life.
Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to cast Force Cage on Minnis and Drell.
What? Armos, what are you doing?
You cast Force Cage on Minnis and Drell, and he sees that as you begin to move your hands and you cast the spells, you look back at your teammates. That is going to start initiative as Force Cage goes off. Everybody roll me initiative.
There's a 22 for minutes.
I
All
got
22s.
a 9.
Almost, what'd you get?
Or, I'm sorry, 12.
12.
Sorry.
So you cast Force Cage on Drell and Minnis. What do you say?
They can't hear me because it's
It's a cube. Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Reginald's like, what was that for?
kind of put my hand up and give him a signal.
Minutes is slamming against the walls, like
Yeah,
trying to get out.
Drell's trying to punch it with this axe in his hand. Armos.
Hank, don't do this. No.
He gives a nod, and as he turns around, this is a fight between you and me.
Initiative starts, and we're going to start at the top of the round. Initiative 23, which is Vero.
Jeez.
He goes, have it your way. And you see that he immediately begins to run as Ritzkulak flies off his shoulder, and Ritzkulak is flying in the air. You see that Vero immediately goes forward. As he runs towards you, you see that every 5 feet he runs, he teleports 5 feet, and his body turns to a visage of blood and reappears. He goes, let's get to business. And he is going to attack you, as he's going to make 3 attacks. And with a 16, a 14. Oh, these are at disadvantage. So the first attack is a 14 because of foresight. 15. And the last attack is a 17. 17 hits. So you're going to take 1 attack from here as you see that his hand quickly gets encompassed with blood as he's making like a blood blade. You see like his through like the sinew of his skin, his blood comes out and makes like a bloody weapon, and it's going to deal 19 necrotic damage. And go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw with DC 19. Make this with advantage because of foresight.
So I got a 14.
So you fail. You see that as the blood touch hits you, that last attack, you go to like reactive, go out of the way as you take a step back as it's a pretty nasty attack against you, and you feel your body freeze up. You are now paralyzed as you fail that Constitution saving throw. And you see that he walks around you. He goes, oh, look at this. And he takes the back of his hand as the rest of his movement, and he rubs it along your cheekbone. He goes, oh, so stunned by my presence. Silly Armos, you can hold a candle to me. I will drain you of your blood and I will put it to something more useful. As we move to initiative 22, Minnis, you just saw Armos, as he was dodging the first 2 attacks, get hit with the 3rd one and now paralyzed. He's stunned in place.
Oh, I can't cast spells in or out.
Is Force Cage concentration?
No.
Not now. It is later. In the newer edition.
Oh, I have something that could help Armos if I could touch him. I think, honestly, Minnis is just using his turn shouting and yelling and trying to fight his way out of the force cage.
You're like shouldering, you're running your shoulder into it, then you're using like your horns and you're trying to get out. Yeah, you're desperately trying to help Armos. As we move to initiative 12, Armos, You are stunned in place. You cannot move. You cannot use an action. You are paralyzed. As you see that he's caressing his deathly ill hand across your face, it's insulting. And Reginald's like, the gall. Or you need to get some distance. You need to get distance between him. So you feel the blood rushing back within your veins. As at the end of your turn, you become unparalyzed. So that's how this attack works, is that if you get hit and you fail that Constitution saving throw, you become paralyzed until the end of your next turn. And then you get your action economy back. As your turn ends, we're gonna go to initiative 9, Drell.
I think Drell kind of closes his eyes and folds his arms, as Minnis is like banging the wall against him. And I think he kind of goes into like a form of like, I don't know, kind of like meditation. He understands where Armos is coming from as he's been there before. So he understands, especially, as a warrior, as a fighter, fighting your battles. So I think he kind of calmly accepts Armos's decision, and he kind of just stands there and waits.
And that's going to be the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
As we go back up to initiative 23, which is Viral, and you see that his body erupts in laughter as he casts an Eldritch Burst from his body. Almost. He's going to cast 3 Eldritch Blasts against you. The first one's going to be roll disadvantage, dirty 20 to hit, another dirty 20 to hit, and the third one misses. So you're going to take 2 Eldritch Blasts. The third one missed. That's 19 points of force damage, and an additional, now we're rolled high, 25 points of force damage as you are knocked back into the force cage.
Armos, are you okay? As his face is pressed close to you as you're getting hit against the wall.
Yep. My face is like against it as I can hear Minnis's cries. I just hold up one finger and basically just telling him one more try or something.
We're going to move. It goes to initiative 22. Minnis, I'm assuming you're just bouncing off the walls.
Bouncing off the walls. He's like using the SIDS to float up and hit the ceiling. He's yelling at Drell too. He's like, Drell, what are you doing? We gotta get out there.
As we move to initiative 20 and you see Rich Gulak flies over from the book, from like a bookcase full of like random vials over the artifact that Viral had touched just before, onto the chair that he was sitting on that's in front of the altar, the spiked chair. It looks very decrepit. It looks like it's made out of bone and flesh from a creature unknown to you. And he sits and he watches. And you see that Rich Gulak laughs to himself as he watches the fight. We move to initiative 12, Armos.
Armos, we can help you! Armos!
As Armos gets up, I've been planning this weeks, months. My revenge will be swift and it will be echoed through every plane of existence. I look down at my staff and I break it.
Oh, what happens when you break the staff of the Magi? Hey, Almost, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? You see as you lift up your knee and you break it.
Reginald, you remember how you said I wouldn't be able to choose? I'm fucking choosing, and I snap it over my knee.
Oh my
As I snap
God.
it over my knee, take the staff over your knee against a solid surface and perform Retributive Strike. This staff is destroyed and releases the remaining magic in an explosion expanding 30 feet from the centered at the staff. Anything 10 feet away takes 8 times the number of charges in the staff. Anything 11 to 20 takes 6 times how many charges, and anything 20 to 30 feet away takes 4 times the charges.
So it is 10 feet or closer. So, okay. You have a 50% chance to travel to a random plane of existence, avoiding the explosion. If you fail to avoid the effect, you take force damage equal to 16 times the number of charges in the staff. Every other creature in the area must make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes the amount of damage based on how far away it was from the origin, as shown on the following table. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much.
Wait, how much damage is that gonna be?
How many charges does this have?
Yeah.
50.
What? Well, you have 50 charges in that thing?
Yeah.
50.
50 times 8. This thing does 400 damage?
Tony shitting his brick right now.
Armos' revenge will be fucking something that will echo from every plane of existence.
He
Literally.
said you're going out with me.
Okay. First we gotta do the first thing. You have a 50% chance to instantly travel to a random plane of existence, avoiding the explosion. If you fail this, you would take
400 points of force damage to the face.
He would take 800.
800.
Because it's 16 times the number of
'cause he's-
charges.
The number of charges, yeah.
Okay.
Armos, this would
Yep.
insta-kill you.
It.
You are taking more than double your life.
I feel like Armos has something up his sleeve.
The
It sounds
let
like
me-
a shenanigans.
Armos, roll me. Do not make this roll lightly. You're gonna do it. It's your staff. You're gonna roll me a D20. 1 to 10, you fail. 11 to 20, you pass. No, a matter of fact, I'll let you choose.
I get advantage, don't I?
Do you get advantage on this? It says you have a 50% chance to instantly travel to a random plane of existence.
You have advantage in all checks, I guess, but
I truly don't know if this counts as a check.
no.
Give
Probably
me
not.
1 second. Hold on. Let me just see how other DMs have ruled this. This is a first for me. This is a first. So give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Thank you for the force gauge, Armos, before you went off the rails.
Foresight does not help you.
Okay.
So if the wording on this staff is that if you fail to teleport, you take the full brunt of the damage. You will take 800 points of magical damage. Every other creature gets to make that dexterity saving. You get to choose. You're going to flip a coin or roll a d20 here, and you're going to call it. You can call heads or tails, or you can call high or low. If you say high, 11 through 20 is the number you're looking for. If you call low, 1 through 10 is what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm gonna go high.
You're going to go high? Go ahead and roll a d20. I'm afraid to look. I'm genuinely afraid.
No, I haven't rolled it yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I was going to
just-
say.
Dramatic pause. I just was
You're killing me
I was
with this
looking at
pause.
all three. I was looking at all three. Tony and Dan just like staring. Oh! Should have went low. Should have went low. It was an 8.
You fail to teleport.
Inspiration.
Oh, you do have
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Oh shit, you do have inspiration.
I knew about that for like 10 minutes. I was waiting for it. I was like, does no one else
I had-
remember this shit?
Alex
I
is
had
sitting
4
on it.
contingencies. One of them is that Foresight let me re-roll.
One
The
down.
5th one, Alec just sent at me because I prepared all these. I had 4 contingencies on
Roll
making this roll. 10? That's in the middle? What does that mean? That means I pass, right?
Nope.
Nope.
11 through 20.
11 through-
50-50 chance.
Oh. Wait. Was this?
Wait, Dark One's left! Dark One's left!
Whoa! Can you read me Dark One's luck?
Yeah, does that actually affect it? Read Dark was
There's
like,
a 6th contingency.
I don't know if Dark One's luck works here.
read it.
I mean, once, when you make an ability check or a saving throw is what it
Oh.
says.
This is neither of those.
But I feel like it needs to happen.
Armos, you take the staff. Reginald goes, wait, what's that? And you snap it. Boom! And there's a massive white explosion and everything goes silent. We take the perspective of Minnis and Drell. Everything goes completely white. You don't feel the force of an explosion. You don't hear anything. It's just blinding you. And when you come back, you see in front of you, after I make this dexterity saving throw of a DC 17, he fails. As Viral looks questionably at your actions, you see that this flashbang of magic encompassing the force cage you come to. The stairs behind you are shattered, books and shelves, and the altar seem ajar. The pile of books that were on the floor are now plastered everywhere. The statues are completely crumbled. The artifact that Viral was placing his hand on has been knocked over. You see that even Rich Gulak pops his head out, looking at the carnage. In front of you are two bodies. You see Viral's with its face completely caved in, his ribs and bones expunged from his body, as what little blood left within him is leaking onto the floor. And next to him, as steam rises off his tattered clothes, a tiefling with cracked and broken horns lying motionless between two halves of the same staff. Armos Vanan is dead.
Hey, it's me, Drell, and welcome back to Drell's Bodacious Bodatorium, the only gym where your muscles are honored, glorified, and occasionally worshipped. Once again, thank you all for being here. You make this place what it is. Now, before you get back to lifting, sprinting, and mildly intimidating newcomers, I have some important announcements. First up, the Shadow Smugglers. To the Dread, I saw you silently attempting to teach some of the new members on how to do a proper deadlift last week. However, watching a room full of terrified beginners interpret your dramatic gestures like a game of charades was absolutely hilarious. Maybe next time, a thumbs up first before the doom shake of the head. Either way, the cape flourish at the end, 10 out of 10. Keep it up, man. Reese. So the yoga mats you ordered for the studio finally arrived. And I must say, why do they all have a photo of an unsettling picture of a wide-eyed goat on them? What's the message here? Inner peace? But like with deep unease? Either way, they're here, and we're using them because Drell likes to save money. Thanks, I guess. Julius Kendrick. Julius, buddy, I caught you trying to install a fog machine in the cycling room to enhance intensity of the spin class. Look, I admire the ambition, but we barely survived the Grey Sauna incident last month. You're on thin ice. I'm placing you on supervised gym duty until further notice. And no, I don't mean the cool supervisor who lets stuff slide, aka me. I mean Sid of the Ashbourne, and he's watching you, so good luck. Next up, the Bloodshard Bandits. Morgan Wolfville. Listen, I appreciate your dedication to the companion daycare. I really do. But your fox familiar has now escaped from the playpen 3 times and has mastered the art of stealing unattended snacks. I caught him red-pawed yesterday with an entire protein bar in his mouth, looking at me dead in the eyes, daring to take a bite. Artemis, your legendary bouncer duties has reached new heights last week when you casually one-handed a dude at the front door after he dropped the weights and screamed, "I'm so strong." We salute you. In appreciation, I'm ordering you a DBB branded, no lift, no entry hoodie. Wear it with pride.
Hey, Drell, can I step in for a second?
Oh my god, this guy, please.
I have 3 new members signing up for the Bodatorium this month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got Craig Dawnbringer. He's a skilled warlock who can keep those bugbear teens from spraying graffiti all over the walls. Just keep an eye on him. I think I saw his patron trying to sell supplements to the gym rats outside. And this here is Knockmock. He wants to set up a food cart outside if that's okay. He said something about needing to beat his rival food cart in sales this month, but is struggling to compete with their magically laminated menus. And this is the first time Shirley has even seen a Bodatorium. So I told her you could show her around personally and give her a demonstration of every single piece of equipment.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks, Drell. Bye!
Damn. Shade Greyfire, your finger guns per entry ratio is still unacceptable. However, I will say the choreographed backflip you did last Thursday was kind of impressive. If you can limit the finger guns to 1 per visit, I'll allow it. Also, Where'd you get those matching headbands and tank tops? The drip is undeniable. Sly, I caught wind of your latest idea for the Wear Rage Room, a dual-wielding sledgehammer course, which I love. I love the energy. I'm pretty sure the insurance won't cover that though. Let's maybe test it out on a small scale first. By small scale, I mean 0 scale. Next, we have the Sidgwick College alumni, David LaChance. I overheard you saying smoothies taste better when they're free while standing in line at the smoothie station. Bold. Very bold. In response, I've introduced a new smoothie tax. It only applies to you. So enjoy your LaChance surcharge. Punk, I saw that unofficial flyer you put up for the live performance. Come for the punk, stay for the other guy? Really? I mean, fine, I get it. But who do you think books these gigs? That's right, it's me. So I hope you like playing Sunday mornings at sunrise now, my friend. Robit, your anti-bread protest has somehow escalated into an entire underground movement. I don't know how you could convince people that pasta is also the enemy, but I've never seen so much wheat-related rage in my life. I'm allowing you to set up a gluten-free information booth near the towel return station. Use your powers wisely. St. Chaos, the mysterious shipments continue to arrive in pristine condition. I have no further questions. I did notice the package you sent me though. Intriguing. Very intriguing. I'll report back soon. Also, I did hear that there's a monster in the lake. Please let me know if I need to come take care of it. Now we have Humbrea's heroes. Mr. Man with Glass, Charcoal Darts, and DD Virgin. Your tennis versus pickleball war is reaching absurd levels. I mean, a strategically placed net trap? A decoy ball filled with glitter? Look, I'll allow it for now, but if I see one more smoke bomb mid-game, I'm intervening. Unless it looks cool, then carry on. The Disciple, Ripcord, Toby Large, and John Carroll. Trying to sneak Minonor back into the gym disguised as a celebrity guest trainer was a bold choice, and I almost fell for it until he tried to upsell me on, I quote, exclusive training secrets for Tony Goldalessin. He is now officially banned for 10 months. Good effort though. Johnny Tarr, Will Miller, and Taslin. Your pickleball resistance movement is gaining momentum. The pickleball pledge you make the new members recite, absolutely terrifying, but also effective. And I respect it. If you win the battle for the Dread Memorial Athletic Court, I might consider adding a pickleball king throne. Maybe. Drown, Native Nightmare, and Grant Fairman. You three are training like absolute beasts for the semi-annual bodybuilding competition, and I respect it. But let's be clear, if any of you outshine me on competition day, we're gonna have issues. So keep pushing. Just tone it down maybe like 5%. Good luck, but also not too much luck. And that's all for today. Thank you again for making Drell's Bodacious Bodatorium the greatest gym in the land. Keep lifting, keep thriving, and keep entertaining me with your absolute nonsense. Drell, out.